Game, mic test. Hello, and welcome. Alam mo, malakas yung trip ko. Parang gusto kong gumawa ng ASMR video. Kasi ang ganda-ganda ng mic ko. Papakita ko. Super ganda niya, super liit, super compact. So feeling ko, what if gumawa ko ng ASMR version ng video? Parang tanga. E di paano kapag ka nag-react ako tapos maingay ako? Kailangan kong i-contain yung sarili ko. Hi! Welcome back! If originally nakita mo yung unang-unang video tungkol kay Conan Gray, tapos yung video tungkol kay Lizzie, tapos nandito ka pa rin, yung ibang sakit yata yung gusto mo. But thank you for indulging me sa kalokohan kong to. Gusto ko lang siguro ng konting pain to mask everything else. Nilalayo ko yung sarili ko sa pag-iisip sa kung ano yung present. And siguro kailangan nyo rin ng distraction. So, kahit na walang kwenta yung pinagsasabi ko, pinapanood pa rin. Thank you sa 4, 5 na tumitingin ng video na to. At alam mo, super curious ako kung paano nabibilang yung views. Magka-count ba yung view pag tinapos mo? O magka-count ba yung view kasi video mo? Kasi nagkaroon ng mga fan wars about it. Nagkaroon ng parang sino yung top K-pop video 24 hours after release. And then, ang daming like mechanics. Doon mo nalaman na ang isang view pala is nabibilang if you open the video, watch it with audio, and merong specific quality na papanoorin mo yung video bago siya makount as one full view. So, honest question, sa mga ganitong type of video ba, yung mechanics ba na yun is nag-a-apply? Kasi if yes, then thank you sa 4, 5 na nag-indulge. Super daming disclaimer. Thank you, that is highly appreciated. Isa pa sa mga bagay na hindi ko in-expect na kailangan kong sanayan yung sarili ko is always introducing myself in the beginning of the video. Pero hi, ako nga pala si RC Cola. Yung tagline ko na hindi Coke at hindi Pepsi, insert that here. Yun, it's RC. Saka na yung lore drop. Pero if nakakailangan ka ng sad song kasi umulan today and recommendations, nagbe-build ka ng playlist, if gusto mo makinig ng songs na hindi mo pa na-discover and meron kang hinahanap na vibe, welcome! That's what I'm here for. Iniwasan kong gumamit ng Nicki songs sa first 2 videos kasi, generic. Of course, pag malungkot, Nicki. We wanna be original or whatever. Naisip kong mag-suggest ng Nicki song. Pero hindi to yung classic na backburner. Hindi to Oceans and Engines. Hindi to loose or low-key. If susundan mo yung path ng 2 previous suggestions, merong specific vibe akong tinitingnan to categorize what sad song would best fit on a rainy day. And depende yun sa rainy day, of course. Iba yung bumabagyot eh. Iba rin naman yung like downpour, ambon, ulambon. Iba rin yun. Merong specific na vibe na gusto kong ma-achieve if magiging playlist mo to ha. Aside from lyricism, kailangan yun ding ginagamit na notes and melody would fit. Ang haba ng intro. The song na gusto ko i-suggest for today is Paths by Nicki. Galing sa bago niyang album, Buzz. Very mellowed down, stripped down, plucky guitar. That shows vulnerability na wag tayong mag-focus sa instruments. Feeling stripped down. Look at me for what I am. Listen to me for what I'm about to say. As per usual, babasahan ko kayo ng lyrics. If God really listens, like your mom says he does, then he better be saving you for our future kids and dogs. Pretty short, direct, and specific. Dito siya kilala eh. Sumusulat siya ng song na binasa ba niya yung diary ko? Ganun. Bakit alam niya to na ganito rin sinabi is kaya din sobrang dami nakaka-relate sa kanya kasi kung ano yung sinasabi niya, mare-realize mo, oh, universal experience pala yun, hindi lang pala akin yun. Hindi siya exclusive for me. Kasi lahat tayo tinatarantado. Joke! If umabot ka na sa point ng we were so good and wala ka nang masasabi na kundi parang sometimes when you cope, you doubt things, iisipin mo na hindi tayo nag-work. It's just that malakas manalangin kasi yung mama mo eh. And he was saving you from me. A certain part of acceptance, ayoko namang sisihin yung sarili ko for how we didn't work out, but I am someone who you should be saved from. When things go down, first instance would be to blame everyone else, pero pag nandun ka na nag-sink in na, it's always a self-blame. Na ako to eh, ako yung problem eh. There is a divine intervention na naging dahilan kung bakit hindi tayo nag-work. I thought we'd be married, 2 pillars firm and proud, but real love is a verb. I get it now. Siguro dapat binasa ko na lang yung dalawang verse ng magkasama. Iisa lang naman yung gusto niyang iparating. Ganun kaganda yung na-establish nating relationship. We had plans. I started seeing my future with you. You started seeing your future with me. Pareho tayong determined to have a good life. And the good life that we want is together. Ang sabi niya, but real love is a verb. This could be interpreted in so many ways. First interpretation that could come to mind is that action word siya. If yung commitment mo doesn't show any actions, hanggang words lang, maybe that's not love, and I get it now. Pwede mo rin siyang i-interpret na so merong before, merong during, and merong after. Baka nandito tayo sa after. Something like that. Merong tenses. Now, kailangan ko na gamitin yung loved with a D. Doesn't sound good, huh? Nandun na siya sa acceptance stage. Hindi na siya basta moving on, coping. Na-accept na niya. Kasi nasa past na tayo. Past tense na to. Pag kinwento mo ako sa iba, ang sasabihin mo na, oh, I loved her. I liked her. Hindi mo na sasabihin na, yeah, I love her. Because we're done. It's over. Sa chorus, sabi niya, my youth is in your past. You'll always have that. And though it didn't last, I hope our paths cross again. Alam mo, ang sakit kapag nag-end kayo in good terms, ano? Personally ha, mas madaling mag-move on pag galit ka. Kasi you have every right and reason para isipin na hindi siya mahalaga sa'yo. Shucks, ang relatable. Pero hindi pa tayo magda-drop ng lore. If sasabihin mo sa ex mo na I hope our paths cross again, meaning na hindi mo lang inaamin sa kanya na may feelings pa na lingering eh, pero inaamin mo rin sa kanya na we were so good, and if we can get it right, we could still continue the plans that we initially had. Also, naniniwala ba kayo dun sa theory na, hindi ko alam kung anong pangalan niya na theory siya eh, pero daming sing ganito sa TikTok na that's the red string theory, that's a taxi cab theory, and whatever. Pero wala naman actually nag-explain. Tapos pag sinearch mo siya, kasi diba nagiging blue link siya pag search. Pag sinearch mo siya, hindi rin naman nagkakaroon ng explanation. Marami lang mga video na mention yung taxi theory, red string theory, whatever. Pero merong silang sinasabi na theory na kapag tapos na yung role nyo sa buhay ng isa't isa, hindi na kayo magkikita. Nabanggit ko to sa dentist ko. Oh my God. This is an accidental lore job para lang makapag-explain, ano? Kasi no isang beses kinwento niya sa akin na, oy, alam mo ba na yung ex mo dito pa rin siya nagpapalinis kasi when my ex and I were together, we had the same dentist. Nirecommend ko yung dentist ko sa kanya and nagpalagay dun siya ng brace. So, meron kaming iisang dentist. Pero, taga malayo siya. It's gonna travel like 3 to 4 hours to get here para lang magpa-dentist. And then, sabi ng dentist is, Alam mo ba nandito pa rin siya nagpapa-adjust sa'kin ng braces niya. Sa'kin naman wala yun, kasi hindi naman ako yung kakargo ng pamasahe niya, eh. So, kung gusto niya pumunta dito para magpa-dentist, go. Pero siyempre mapapaisip ka na, wala na bang ibang dentist diyan na kailangan dito ka pumunta. Puwede kang magpatanggal ng current braces mo to a different dentist and then sila magsasalpak ng bagong braces sa'yo. Especially if dun ka talaga nakatira and taga-malayo yung original na dentist mo. I know that can happen, na pwede nilang tanggalin yan. They have the tools. Pero sa nilawak-lawak ng Northern Luzon, Southern? Shucks, hindi tayo magda-drop ng pangalan ng lugar. Sa nilawak-lawak ng Luzon, pipiliin mong bumiyahe ng ganun katagal para lang magstay sa dentist na to. And, well, kaya ako to nabanggit is because we've broken up for almost a year. At hindi pa rin kami nagkikita despite still having the same dentist. So, maniwala ka na yung hindi mo kayang i-move on, will issue yan. Kasi minsan tadhana na yung gumagawa ng paraan. Nasa same province kayo, gumawa na ng paraan na magkita kayo pero hindi talaga kayo nagkikita. Kaya yung sinasabi niya dito na, I hope our paths cross again. Malabo yun, bro. Hindi na kayo magkikita. Based on experience, Pero ewan ko sa iba. The next verses. Sige na nga, pagsasamahin ko na kasi pareho lang siya ng gustong sabihin but expounded. Next, sabi niya, if time heals all, it's a lousy doctor or a half-baked thought because I still can't block you. I came upon family and thought I was stifled, thought my freedom endangered. I was just young and entitled. Magkaiba pala siya ng thought. I don't know if yung ex na pinapertain niya here is for a long time ex na or for a short time ex pa lang. Pero even na nakapag-cope up siya sa first verse and nakapag-acceptance na siya sa second verse, this could be a breakup na nangyari for a while now. And sadyang hindi lang siya nakaka-move on kasi hindi niya ma-block. And so gusto niya sisihin ngayon yung time. Now, you did the healing for other people, but why can't you do it to me? Why can't I still block this person? Yan ang hirap talaga kapag nag-end kayo on good terms. You don't have any reason to block him. You just need to move forward. Hindi naman mahihinder yung pag-move on mo ng hindi pag-block dun sa tao. Pero it's just you. Kasi nga good terms kayo nag-end din. So, alam mo yun, parang isipin mo lang bakit kasi kailangan mag-end eh. Good terms nga. Hindi ko rin alam. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Hindi mo dapat sisihin yung sarili mo kasi good people meets good people and end up falling in love and end up not being right for each other. Doesn't mean that they're not good people, doesn't make them any less, pero it just doesn't work like that. And yung second part nun, sabi niya na, well, galing ako sa pamilya na akala ko sila yung nag-cage sa akin, naghihinter ng freedom ko, pero it just turned out na I was just a teenager and I have raging hormones. Is that what she said? No. Ang sabi niya, I was just young and entitled. Okay, not raging hormones. Baka ako lang yun. Meron din naman kasing tao na they're good people but they feel entitled. Hindi tayo magpapaka-parasocial para alamin kung bakit sila nag-break or bakit niya nasabi na entitled lang siya or is that anything related to the breakup kung bakit sila nag-break. Hindi tayo magiging parasocial. Pero, if iisipin mo kasi na there's so many relationships na you're good as a person, pero as a partner, hindi. Don't you guys just notice na parang, I'm a good person doesn't mean I'm a good mother. doesn't mean I'm a good friend. I could be a good person for the world, pero I could be a snitch to a friend. A good person inside out, pero I'm not a good daughter to my parents. Gets mo? Sure, yung moral mo and stuff, it's all in check, pero you're not kind, you're not giving, you're not courteous. So if sasabihin niya na I was just young and entitled, there are so many rooms to make mistakes. And if itong relationship na to is nangyari at a younger part of your life, you are definitely going to feel the entitlement of being loved correctly. This could sound like settling for the bare minimum. Pwede ka naman kasing magmahal ng hindi ka maraming hinihingi. Pwede nilang masabi na minamahal ka na nila ng tama kasi minamahal ka naman na nila ng tama in their perspective. Pero since magkaiba kayo, you guys are young, probably inexperienced, and merong certain level of entitlement na you would feel like, oh, pero yung binibigay mo kasi kulang. Hindi kayo magkaroon ng common ground. Let's just say na ganun. Kasi normally, ganyan naman yung mga hindi nag-workout in high school or college or early teenage relationship. Sorry don't quote me on this Hindi ko alam kung anong timeline nito. Someone is expecting too much and then someone thinks that they're giving too much. Pero pareho pala kayo nag-underperform. One thing that I learned in a relationship is pareho dapat kayo nagsastrive for the better. Doesn't mean na nanghihingi ako sa'yo, ibig sabihin nun, marami akong binibigay. Pwedeng hindi rin. But, proper communication is still the key. Feeling mo I'm lacking at a certain aspect of this relationship, you can easily tell me. Pwede akong maging entitled and then sabihin mo na you were giving this and giving me that and baka hindi ko lang nakikita. And that could still work. We can still make it work. Anyway, on to the last part. Will love others, will drift apart, but every time I sing a song, you won't feel very far. The future is ours to write, the songs, the scars, the life. I'll catch up with you some other time when our paths cross again. Yung last two verses makes me think that this is not exclusively for romance. This could also be applied to friends. I can dedicate this to a friend that I no longer communicate with. So let's not put it in a box. This is finally bidding that person goodbye by saying na, well, we'll also love others next time, and then we will drift apart eventually. Itong memories that I have from you will no longer be here, and your memories that you have with me will no longer matter kasi hindi na tayo part ng buhay ng isa't isa. And pero she also mentioned that when I sing a song, I'd feel a part of me still connected to you. So that kind of signifies that this could be about a friendship. This song is a full 360. So nag-start siya sa coping, blaming stuff. Is that my notification? Andito na siya sa naging acceptance stage na siya na it's my fault, and then now it's like fully healed kasi I'll write my future. I'll be the one writing it. You have influenced the past, sure, but the one influencing my future is no one else but me. And then maybe we could catch up sometime, pero given that there's the theory na hindi na tayo magkikita because we're already done giving our ambag to each other's life, then maybe hindi na tayo magkita. But we'll see if our paths will ever cross again. All in all, this song is hindi katulad ng nakasanayan natin na parang back burner na magsisettle ako for less than what. Pero this is a song na nagpapakita ng growth as a person na sure, what we thought we would fight for turns out not to be for us, and then we struggle to to move on from that. Pero look at us. I'll be waiting if I can still see you. Pero if I don't, doesn't matter. Ngayon na hinimay-himay ko na yung lyrics, iniisip ko, sad song ba 'to? I think a sad rating na 'to just goes to like mga 6, 5. Ang dami kong sinasabi. Resolution-wise, it's good. Hindi siya completely sad and melancholic, pero I guess it's what fits the vibe today. Medyo toned down yung boses kasi I was trying to do ASMR, pero hindi ko alam if okay ba yung ASMR. What if, no? Ganun. Pangit naman if gagawa ko ng content na ASMR yung umpisa, tapos biglang pagka may something na super painful, ako na parang, parang mapapasigaw ako. Di ba parang kawawa naman yung mga tenga nyo if lalakasan nyo yung volume and then, super yapper niya today. Ang dami kong sinasabi. Very yapper siya today. Ang dami kong sinasabi. Ang dami niyang sinasabi. Ang dami kong ikakat dito kasi 30 minutes to ulit. Baka bad suggestion to. Hindi, wala tayong bad suggestion. We only have different days to fit it with. Wow! I'm so smart. Again, thank you. If meron kayong suggestions, meron kayong songs na gustong himayin with me, I am happy to do that. Just pwede kayong mag-comment kung ano man ang suggested songs na meron kayo. If you guys like this type of content, pwede rin kayo mag-subscribe. I'm gonna keep on doing this as much as I can. And if mahilig na kayo sa yapper, gusto niyo lang ng background na nagsasalita ng hindi tumitigil, walang kapaguran, that's me. Siguro hindi magme-make sense yung mga sinasabi ko, pero magsasabi pa rin ako. Kasi hindi tumitigil. Ito, hindi ito tumitigil. 24/7. Hindi pa ako nagkakape. Pero ganyan na siya. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.